What's the deal, pickles? Y'all, I'm back looking still like I'm 12. I didn't even put on a head wrap because there was really no sense of masking what I have going on. It is the reason why I am recording this video today. So if you are wanting to look at the unboxing of what I have ordered concerning my Sisterlocks, if you also want to get some inside information as I begin this process that I'm about to work on in the front of my hair that I'm going to tell you about, well then stick around till after the introduction. If not, I hope to see you soon. But don't forget to thumbs up this video, and if you have not done so already, subscribe to my channel, and if you are a real one, then hit the little bell, and I will see you all after the introduction. Okay, so I am back. Pardon the glare. I did not change my glasses. I'm trying to get better at that because I'm realizing that my other glasses just perform better with the extra light. But I have been waiting to do this, and the wait is over, y'all. I have got to move on. So what is going on? This is, well, July, March, April, May. Made it 3 years and 5 months, almost 3 years and 6 months that I've had my Sisterlocks. I will give you a little bit of a preview of what's going on. The back is retied, the front is not. So what I have going on in the front, also in the nape, in the back, is I'm going to install some lock extensions. Now, before I talk about what my plan is, even though I'm not about to do it right just yet, I'll explain that. I'm going to answer a question that I've received several times about the lock extensions that I had before. So what did I have before? Before I had, like, I think it was maybe 4 to 6 lock extensions that I placed in this area of my hair because it was super soft. They kept slipping, and so I put lock extensions there to give the locks time to grow out and really lock. And then once they got longer, I cut them, and I would pull them out, except for this is a whole situation up here. And I did that at the very beginning, probably once I started maintaining my locks myself, so somewhere around the 6 to 9 month period, but it was in the first year of locking my hair. They have since been cut, so once they got long enough to where I wasn't having any issues when I washed with the softness, because I did not braid and band, and also when I just felt like it was nice and locked, I just cut them off. So all the hair that I had before was just cut off with the lock extension, and that's what I did the first time. And so I was asked that before, and I did them myself. What I did with those lock extensions is going to differ from what I'm going to do, or my plans, because y'all know this is an experiment. What I plan to do this time around. What I did last time is I used some kinky hair from an old like wefted hair extension. I had clip-ins, so what I did is I would cut it off of the clip-in and use a kinky hair, and I actually used that to create my lock extensions last time. And I just did whatever I did. I can explain it if somebody wants to see. There's a million videos. I didn't do it necessarily the way that I probably would do it this time, but they worked just fine and they served the purpose and I got them in. This time around, I want to do something different. Number one, I want to work a little bit on this area of my hair. There's one lock where I kind of combined it back a little bit, so it made the front look a little bit off to me. So what I've been doing is I have this front section sectioned off and I have not retied it. I wanted it to grow quite a bit, so there's probably about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of new growth, or that needs to be retied from here to here. So probably about 1.5 inches. I'm not good with the type of thing, so 1 inch or so that I wanted to just have to be able to manipulate what I want to do. And there are some areas which you guys have also asked me about of whether I would start new locks there, here, and what I've been doing up until this point is pushing it back and adding it to the closest lock, but it keeps just regrowing. And so I'm going to, so across here, redefine the row a little bit. There's another one which I did not tell y'all about that I accidentally cut. Please do as I say, not as I do. Don't use scissors near your locks. But y'all, I do my own hair. If I cut it, I know it's gonna grow back. If it doesn't, it is what it is. Like, I can't. So I'm going to reestablish that one. I do have the lock that I cut out, and I can reattach it. And so that's pretty much just my plan. Then another thing, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you some stuff that I ordered to do that. And I mean, I don't know how I feel like. I don't know what my reaction or response is going to be until I do it. So once I do that, I can come back if people have questions or whatever. But as of right now, and it's just my plan. There's also, like, back here in my nape, there's one that still slips just because it's really soft. And I want to do to it what like I did to the others up here, which is add the lock extensions, let it kind of solidify, and then cut the lock extension off. And then once I kind of went through, like last week, I went through and just found the different sections and tried to see if I could successfully two-strand twist it, and I'll show you. And once I did, I just removed it. But like this. Oh, here we go. And once I could do that, I knew if I wanted to, I could add a lock there. And so that's the plan for that. With that said, I have an idea of how I want to accomplish it, just not fully certain, and I won't be until I actually do it. So that's that. So these sections, I will continue to look like a 12-year-old until I make it happen, because I want to keep them separate. So I've really just been wearing head wraps until I get it done. And so, yeah, except for, you know, when I'm used to it around the house. So I just wear head wraps for my meetings. I had an interview the other day, so I wore my wig, like, for my books. And then what else? So, yeah, I'm just making it do what it do. With that said, I have been accumulating some items for my Sisterlocks that I want to share with you also in this video. I'm just going to do it all together because you guys know I maybe do a Sisterlocks update like every couple of months. And yeah, so with the hair update, another thing that I am starting to do in August is work a little bit on my edges. Here and here, I haven't done anything or zhuzhed them up. This is just how they look. But what has changed my mind over the past probably month or less, I'm noticing that I have less smoothness in this section, which is very surprising to me. But yes, on both sides. So what I've decided to do is kind of baby it a little bit. Babying is normally not how I don't do real well with that when it comes to my hair, which is why I love Sisterlocks. But I want to try this to see if I notice a difference. If something great happens, I'll let you guys know. If it's the same, you'll know in a future update. So that's the second hair update. With that in mind, I purchased some items so that I could, I usually make my hair growth spray that I normally use that's already a part of my normal mist, but I wanted to make a concentrated version of it just for my sides. Before I would do the rosemary, and I was using a Temple Balm, but I stopped using them a long time ago. And I was still just using the rosemary with a little bit of just jojoba oil so that I wasn't putting it directly on. And I'm starting to think that that's kind of is helping. So we'll see. With that said, I thought it would be pretty cool to make it easier on myself. Instead of using the Temple Balm, making my own concentrated version of my growth oil for my temples. So here's what I did. This is the only version I could find, but I purchased some little rolling bottles. I had to buy bottles with an S because I couldn't purchase just one, but my daughter sells hair growth oils, and so she's gonna just use the rest. But I bought these that have, they're not on here, but the little rolling ball. So what I'll do is make up my hair growth oil and put it in here so that 3 times a week that I can just roll it on and I don't have to make the mess. One of the things that I did not like about the rosemary is because a lot of it was rolling off, and it's just you had to remember, versus if I do this, I'm thinking I will be more likely to do it the way that I should so I can see if I have results, because I'll just be able to roll it and then be done with it. So I've had to buy a whole box of them, and then it comes with the little rollers. You can see them, and also a little funnel to put the oils or whatever on the inside. And I am going to do that. I also purchased these pure essential oils. Again, I already have the oil mix that I use on my hair that I've used for years that works for me, but I was very low and I found this essential oils set that was reasonably priced, and I just went ahead and grabbed the set. It has I can look at it easier on the back. It has eucalyptus, lavender, lemongrass, peppermint, sweet orange, and tea tree. And I'm just going to use these with the other oils that I already own. I also bought a new bottle of virgin jojoba oil because that will be my carrier oil for the rolling growth oil. And yeah, so that's for the temple experiment, I guess. Next, I purchased, well, this my daughter purchased for me. Let me open this. I actually owned a set of these for my first set of locks, and I gave them away to a friend, but she purchased me 2 packages of the lock loops. And if you've never seen them before, I mean, I'm sure there are videos. I think each one comes with the 30. They're styrofoam. I'm gonna pop one out, and this is the way that they look. You think of an old school sponge roller. That's what it is. I'm gonna just do it real quick. So what she did is purchased these for me, and then there you have it. And they're soft and you can sleep in them. I used to use these even on my waist length locks. I used to love them. So to put curls on the ends. So that's what I have. And then the last thing that I have, which is going to help with the other portion of my hair changes, is I ordered from Sanity. I guess so. The first thing, oh no, these are too big. First thing I did is I bought some of her pre-made locks. I brought the pre-made locks. This is her smallest size though. These are way bigger than my current locks. And then also some of the, what does she call this? Kinky bulk hair. And this is what I plan to do. I essentially thought it would be the same as when I cut it off the weft before. I don't have those wefts anymore because, again, my daughter's a beautician. So I gave her all of my hair stuff and she used it to practice on making wigs and all that other stuff. So I no longer had it and I thought, well, let me just pull this out too and see how they feel. Ooh. Huh. On first, like, they feel really, really tight. I guess it's not that much of a size difference, but it is. It's not that much. It feels similar though. These come, I think, in sets of 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I just bought one pack of her 8 to 9 inch. And this is just, I'm not going to open this because I don't want this everywhere. I just did the 8 inches because I didn't want it super long. This is my unboxing. What I plan to do today is I'm tired of this 12-year-old look. And I'm about to retie my hair, and in the places where I am going to establish a new lock, I'm going to just put a 2-strand twist with some synthetic hair to hold the spot and hold the parting. And once I do that, I'm just going to let it stay like that until I have time to actually do this, which may be at least for another couple more weeks because I have some big projects and a book that's launching at the end of this month, and so it may not be till the end of the month. I don't know. I want to do it right. I do know that, and I want to take my time, but I wanted to show you guys so I could finally open it and get it off of my messy desk. Hey, I am coming back in. This is being recorded. It's probably been maybe a week and a half since the last one. I'm not sure, but I finished my retie, as well as adding in. Now wait, let me just go around. Pardon, let's see if I can get a little more light. The sun is going down. That'll help a little bit. Okay, so here it is. Pardon if my hair is really dry. I did not moisturize as much as I normally do while I'm doing a retie because I don't want to say repairing, but what I end up doing is just putting in 2-strand twists. So let me get one. Here it is. And then here's another here. This one is done with the hair that I got from Sanity. Not this, that's my hair. This one was done with some 2-strand, Havana hair that I had. It just so happens I had a few pieces left in my bathroom because I gave away all that hair. I cleaned it and gave it to my sister, and it just so happens I had a few pieces left, and that worked. So across the front, let's see, I can't really see in the viewfinder. Again, pardon, because it's now time to wash again. That's how long I took, but it's whatever. So it's like, here's one, and then here's one, and here's one. So what I did is I kind of established the front And I just lightly did, it's a few here, 1, 2, 3 here. And I didn't touch here. And then there's one here, and that's it on this side. And then I did a few in the back. So total, I'd say maybe 10 at the most. I would say probably about 7. I didn't count. If you count according to what I just said, that'll kind of get you close. So why did I go with the 2-strand twist instead of the hair that I bought from Locksanity? Number one, the pre-made locks that I purchased, even though I selected the Sisterlock size, they were too big. I saw them when I was doing the unboxing in the video, which you saw, or you should have seen, but it wasn't until I put them side by side with my hair that I realized the difference. And I did reach out to the company, and I'm waiting to hear back. They asked for pictures. I just sent pictures today. But I'm glad that I went with the 2-strand twist, because what I really want to see is how the areas that I did here and here are going to hold up. This is my finer area, and right now, and it feels good. I made sure that, of course, we're not too tight. I only used a very small piece of hair. And the great thing about that Havana hair is it is not super slippery, but it's not as coarse as the kinky texture hair that I got from them. The downside of the kinky texture hair is I did use it for this one, but I purchased it according to like one of my shorter locks at the top, forgetting that kinky hair doesn't look like the full 8 inches. And I was okay if it would have been a little shorter, but 8 inches in kinky is more like 3 inches. And the fact that when you pull it, it's just, so what I did is I used that hair to kind of designate where I wanted to put the twist, and then I used the Havana hair on top. If you have the Havana hair from, I can't remember the name of the company. I want to say it's Havana hair. I want to say that's the name of the company. I literally probably used 1/3 of one of their strands, and maybe even 1/4, to be able to get it small. And even this one was too big, and I think this was 1/4. So I actually, wait. Yeah, this was 1/4 of a strand, or maybe a half. And then, no, that was a half. And then eventually I started doing it at 1/4, and it made it. Oh, wait, that's my hair. Hold on. Gotta look for it. Oh, that's my hair too. Here, this was kind of like 1/3 of a strand. You're gonna see them if you get really close, but I really don't care. Because I want to make sure that my hair does not feel too much strain, or that it's not sore, or that it doesn't hurt, or any of that. And normally now, the way that I part my hair, unlike before when it was shorter where I did a deep part, this is the way I part my hair. And the only one that's at risk of really showing in the front is this one. The fact that the hair is darker, my hair is like still that reddish color would show, but yeah. So this is it. And yeah, I'm glad I did it this way. The only other difference about the Havana hair that I would have liked, it would have had less of a sheen like this hair. But there was a hair that I used to use all the time. It's probably been about, I'm aging myself, about 10 years ago, that I used to love to do kinky twists with, because the hair looked like real natural hair, even though it wasn't. And I'm gonna look for that hair. If I find that hair, I'm gonna replace these with that hair. And the reason why I'm okay with selecting a synthetic hair is because I will not keep these in. I didn't before, and my intentions are not to do it now, and of keeping the lock extensions in permanently. I just keep them in to allow the hair to grow and re-tie the roots. And once it's long enough to stay on its own, I just I will cut the extension off, even if it means those locks will be shorter, because I have enough volume now where, I mean, it'll stick out like if I'm wearing a ponytail or something. But if I'm wearing my hair down, it really won't matter. And that's why the first set of extensions that I added in, I was able to I only kept them in maybe a year and a half maybe. So yes, the only other concern is the fact that there's a color difference, but my hair is not all one color anyway. So I'm gonna look for the hair. It was really hard to find then. I used to get it ordered at a little beauty supply store that I used to go to. So I'm gonna look for it and kind of hunt it down, and if I find it, that's what I'm gonna go through and replace. For now, I just wanted to establish where the locks are, see how my hair is doing, continue to treat my sides, and see how far, you know, forward I can go. This all is honestly still catchable without a lot of tension, but it is still very fine. And I have been using since I recorded the last video, I have been using the oil on my temples, and it has been working perfectly. I've been using it almost every day because it's just fine. I love it in the rolling bottle. So that is that. I will definitely let you all know if I'm contacted by the company, if they were to replace them and the other ones are actually the correct size. I would replace these with those with the same intent of swapping them out once my hair is long enough. But where the length is right now and the texture of my hair, I don't know if that would work, because those are very dense and they were extremely heavy, and my locks are not either. They're not real dense and they're not heavy, and so I think that would be more of a strain on my hair than this. So I'll keep you guys posted. I love what's happened so far. I like how everything looks. I'm so glad to have this retie done and now to get back to work. So I'm out. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, put them in the comment section below. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to my channel, as I have stated before, and I will keep doing it until we reach the number. I have a goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers on this channel. If you would like to see more Sisterlocks videos, put it in the comment section. Let me know what questions you have. If you have more questions about what I did with these, I don't want to call them extensions, but you really don't. I don't have another alternative for it. So if you have another name for it, because they are extensions, they're just not lock extensions. So yeah, but they're just as light as my locks. They feel just fine. I can do my normal ponytails and buns. And guys, my hair is getting really, really full. And the ones in the back, to here, and this is kind of the way I would normally do it anyway. And that is that. So I'll see you all in the next video. I'll talk to you hopefully sooner than later. Take care and goodbye.
If I can't have you, I don't want you to have anyone. And if you don't want me, there's something wrong with them, right? Maybe I got problems that I don't tell anyone. Have I lost my perception? Feel like I wanna do something wrong now. Packing all your belongings. Say you wanna take some time, but if you say we'll meet again, why'd you have to take everything now?